coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming.
Good morning, Hebrew Nation. What up, Yasharel? So, I know a lot of times I bring it really hard. And I don't always like being the hammer, because I'll tell you why. There's things about Father Yahuwah that you have no idea about his kindness, about like the compassions of his heart, what moves him, what makes him just love you as a father loves his child, a son or a daughter, a prince or a princess. It's like Yasher, the book of Yasher, which means the book of upright. It will always and forever be one of my favorite books, because there's so much mind-blowing truth in it of what really happened, that I just love it. I just love it. And it's funny because when I started reading the book of Yasher, I would literally have to take breaks about the stuff that I was finding out. I would have to take breaks just to cry and just to get it out, because the things that Father does, they're just compassionate. I cannot find another word. They are the most kindest things. He does amazing things, and a lot of times I'll catch myself thinking about, like, if I just posted something on my Facebook about arteries and veins and stuff, and only he could come up with something like that. But if you even look at the birds, the different kinds of birds that he detailed, so that they didn't look like any of the other ones, that takes intelligence, that takes creativity. And if you sit and you ponder on the things that he has done, let me tell you something. How can you not sit there and just be in awe and praise him for the works of his hands, and the way that his mind works, the way that he thinks, his compassionate side. I just don't think that there's any vocabulary that I know, and I'm trying to learn our native language, our ancient Hebrew and our Hebrew, but I don't think there's any kind of vocabulary in any kind of language that can describe him and do honor by him. That's just how I feel. And like when you come back into the laws, you come back into our covenant as our people, it's like Father is intimate with you. He will show you his heart. He'll show you his pain. He'll show you his anger, where, of what all this has done to him. And I think that's why I drive for him, because I love him so much, and he's been through so much, and he's hurt so bad. And like, people think that, first of all, he made us in his image. So we are him. Do you understand? Emotionally, and what we're built with. But when I read in Jeremiah where Yahuwah was talking, and he said, I cry so much for you, for what I'm going to watch you go through, that my eyes are sore, and that my bowels or my belly hurt. I will say it again, and I'm not going to take it back. If that doesn't touch your soul and make you want to step up under your crown and move and stand with your Father and your Creator and your God, then you are not chosen. You belong to Rome. I'm telling you right now. I mean, it's fact, like a rat has a fat ass. You belong to Rome if you can see Father and it doesn't move you in some kind of way. If you don't strive to do better than you did yesterday. If you don't go to him and say, Father, am I doing okay? Am I doing all right? Is there anything that I'm not doing? Is everything okay? You just know it because there's blessings surrounding you. But I always ask him. And I ask him, I say, if there's anything inside of me that breaks your heart, take it out. And add to me what gives you pure joy. And right around our surroundings, in our environment, if there's anything that upsets you, tell me. And we will throw it to the street. He knows that. So, if the things that I'm telling you and I'm going to show you about him, and it's not I'm leaving the book of Ezekiel, it's just I want to share something with you beautiful. I want to share him with you. I want to tell you about our Father. So every now and then, I ask him if it's okay, can I go in there and tell him his story? But I didn't know what to tell you. I just have a lot of things to share. And so I got in my window and I said, Father, what would you like for me to tell them? I went through Ezekiel and I felt like you were telling me to go somewhere else. So what do you want me to bring? And it was this one and then the next one. It's going to be the hammer again. But it'll be a blessing, Father disciplines his child that he loves. So look at it that way. If he didn't love you, he would just let you do as you wilt. You think about that. So today, I'm going to take you in the book of Yasher. And this story touched my heart. It really did. But I'm going to set you up for it first. We're going to go to the book of Yasher, chapter 43, verse 36. And I'm going to read to you what it says. Let me set you up for it first. Okay, the brothers have sold Joseph into slavery. They've taken the coat back, given it to their father, Jacob, and his coat of many colors has blood all over it. And he is sobbing uncontrollably, and he is on the floor. And in fact, before verse 36, Yehuda goes, which is a brother of we all know who Yehuda is. Anybody that's awake knows this stuff. So Yehuda goes over, and it even says that he picked up his father's head and laid it in his lap, and he lay there like a stone with nothing but pure tears running down his cheeks. He could not be comforted. He loved Joseph very much. And he's weeping uncontrollably. You can go in there and read that. I don't want to read it because, first of all, you can go in there and do it. But the other part is I get emotional over it. So, I'm going to take you to 36, where you see Yah really move. But, in fact, all 12 tribes of Israel came and surrounded Jacob. And it said that he refused to be comforted, which you can understand that. So he stands up and he wants the beast found that he believes took Joseph's life. And I'm going to take you from there, and I'm going to read to you what happened. It's so amazing. Here we go. Okay, he couldn't be comforted. And after this, Jacob rose up from the ground, and his tears were running down his cheeks. And he said unto his sons, Rise up, and take your swords and your bows, and go forth into the field, and seek whether you can find my son's body, and bring it unto me, that I may bury it. And see also, I pray you, among the beasts, and hunt them. And that which shall come the first before you, seize it, and bring it unto me. Perhaps Yahuwah this day will have pity on my affliction, and prepare before me you that which did tear my son into pieces, and bring it unto me, and I will avenge the cause of my son. And his sons did as father commanded them. And they rose up early in the morning, and each took his sword and his bow in his hand, and they went forth unto the field to hunt the beasts. And Jacob was still crying aloud and weeping and walking to and fro in the house and smiting his hands together, saying, Joseph, my son, Joseph, my son. The sons of Jacob went into the wilderness to seize the beast, and behold, a wolf came toward them, and they seized him, and they brought him unto their father. And they said unto him, This is the first that we have found, and we have brought him unto you, as you did command us, and your son's body we could not find. And Jacob took the beast from the hands of his sons, and he cried out with a loud weeping voice, holding the beast in his hand. And he spoke with a bitter heart unto the beast, Why did you devour my son Joseph? And how did you have no fear of our Elohim, Yahuwah, of this earth, of the earth, or of my trouble for my son Joseph? And you did devour my son for naught, because he committed no violence, and did thereby render me capable on his account. Therefore, Yahuwah will require him that persecuted. And Yahuwah opened the mouth of the beast in order to comfort Jacob and his words. And it answered Jacob and spoke these words, As Yahuwah lives, the only true living God, I'm adding that, who created us in the earth, and your soul lives, my Adonai. I did not see your son, neither did I tear him into pieces. But from a distant land I also came to seek my son, who went from me this day, and I know not whether he be living or dead. And I came this day into the field to seek my son, and your sons found me, and seized me, and increased my grief, and have this day brought me before you. And I have now spoken all my words to you. And now, therefore, O son of Adam, I am in your hands, and do unto me this day as it may seem good in your sight. But by the life of Yahuwah, the Elohim who created me, I did not see your son, nor did I tear him into pieces. Neither has the flesh of a man entered my mouth all the days of my life. And when Jacob heard these words of the beast, he was greatly astonished. And he sent forth the beast from his land, and he went forth, and Jacob, and he was still crying aloud and weeping for Joseph day and night, and he mourned for his son many days. It's amazing stuff, isn't it? Yahuwah opened that wolf's mouth, who was too looking for his male heir, his cub. So him and Jacob were in the same boat. He needed his son too, because he'll stand over the pack that they belong to. He was a prince in that wolf's eyes, and he knew Yahuwah. He not only knew him, he knew that he was his creator, and he knew that he was his Adonai, his master, his only master. Jacob was going to tear that wolf apart for something that he had nothing to do with. But I believe that, just sitting and thinking about how Father thinks, this is what I think. He said that he opened the wolf's mouth so that he could comfort Jacob. I believe that Yah brought forth that wolf to do just that, because he refused to be comforted by his own tribes. So Yah came another way. And it says, Yah said that in the last days, I'm going to comfort my own. I'm going to cover the remnant, which is why they say in their book of Revelation that the dream that Daniel had is that she was, which is the 12 tribes, the mother, Israel as a whole is the woman, that she was covered in great light. Well, the only great light that there is Yahuwah. And that would be his protection, and the moon was at our feet. Everything alive and breathing is at our feet when we come up out of this. You see what I'm saying? We're in complete safety because his spirit is all around us. Wow. All hell is breaking loose out there. So to think about the way that Father thinks, he knows what we need. He knows how to comfort us. And like I'm going to share something with you. I work with animals a lot. I can tame a lion. You better believe that shit. Because first of all, I'm a Gadite. I'm from the tribe of Gad. We love animals, and we love everything that Yahuwah created, and we respect life to the hilt. The smallest breath, we respect it. So I guarantee you I could tame a lion. But I've had many animals in my life that I've taken care of for Yahuwah. And I got this cat. He was actually from my daughter. And she wanted to find him a good home, and she knew where to take him. But he had spent a lot of time by himself because of her job. And I had no reservations about taking him. And when he got here, he was the size of a lion. Jet black with green eyes like mine. And, oh my goodness, he's huge. Well, when I brought him in my office, in my study, in my room, he ran me out. His heart was broken. He ran me out of my own room. And I mean, he came forward. See, let me tell you a dangerous animal. And I mean a dangerous animal. His name is Diego. And he has full confidence in himself to defend himself. That's dangerous. Number 2, he knows that he can handle whatever comes with what y'all's given him. Okay? And they will give you warning signs, and you better take them. So my daughter kept saying, go in there and pet him, go in there and touch him. I said, I'm not going to do that because that cat could take my life. What if he gets hold of my jugular? You know? You don't do animals like that. His heart's broken. He's in a different surrounding with a different person. He has to grow to it. So we're going to give him time. So I just kept babying him, and I would come in. Some days I would come in the room and I'd say, hey, Diego, how are you doing? Because I would check on him like every 30 minutes, so I don't want him to be lonely or scared. So I would check in on him at the door, and I'd say, hey, Diego, how you doing? And he'd go, pfft. I'd be like, okay, all right, well, I'll be back. Shut the door. He's telling me, get out. He's got pain. There's nothing like a heartache. And there's nothing like aching for someone that you want. You don't understand why they're gone. This is an animal. To get their trust is hard anyway. And she had him for 8 years. So you can believe he had an attitude. So I just kept coming in for like about 3 weeks, coming in, just letting him know. And other days he would speak to me, and he was okay. And like another day I came in here and he was in his litter box and he was facing my bathroom door, and I was at the other side of the room, like I could see him from the side. And I said, hey, Diego, I said, I'm just checking on you. Is everything okay, boo-boo? And he didn't even look at me. He just kept his head straight and went, and I said, all right, I'll be back. Shut the door and left. Kept bringing him all kinds of food, mackerel. I was loving him through his belly. Cottage cheese, and he was on cat food and water and soft cat food. So I brought him fresh chicken in a can. I mean, I was loving this boy up. I didn't want his heart to hurt because I know what that feels like. So I bring my phone in here and let him have my phone and play cat music on it that's got purring, and I know that's something he can associate with, and he would just, lean back, and I'd go back out there and look out the window and say, Yah, should I go in there? Should I go in there, Father? And I heard Yah say, he said, I want you to do this. And I just got closer to the window. I said, yeah. And he said, I want you to go in there. I want you to stand at the door. Don't force him to anything. And I want you to pray to me. Talk to me out loud. And then I want you to pray Psalms 23 over the room. I said, I'm going right now because I'm scared of him. So I went and got the oil and anointed myself before I came in here. And came in the room, and he was up on the bed just looking at me. And he never hissed at me or anything. He just laid there very peacefully. So I started praying to Father, and I said, Father, I said, you created us both. I know that I didn't have any reservations about this animal. You told me to take him, and I want you to make us be friends. Let him trust me. And Father, I ask that you talk to him, because I knew that animals talk to Yahuwah. They tell him when they're hungry. I know that because they used to talk when we were in Africa in the Garden of Eden. But Yah took their voice because of what the serpent was used by Satan. So he sealed their mouth up. But when this is over, they will get their voice back. And anybody that's abused them, I feel sorry for you, because there will be a court hearing. They will get their voice back. They will tell Yahuwah and all the other judges what you did to them in this earth. And Yah said, you will suffer the damn same. Book of Enoch, baby. Oh yes, there's laws over the animals. You better fucking know it. So I'm going to leave that right there because I don't want to... I will get off track. So I knew that they go to Yahuwah, and I knew that they knew his voice, and this is concrete freaking evidence of it. So I got off track. Father, please help me get back on track just a second. Okay, so thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. So I came in here and I prayed, and I talked to him just like we talk, right in front of him. You know, I brought Yehuda to the throne. And then I prayed, not Yehuda, but Diego to the throne. So then I prayed Psalms 23 over the room in Yahuwah's name. And everything changed. Everything changed. And he was letting me pet him. And he was loving on me. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. He's so freaking huge. I'm so scared of him, Father. And Yah told me to go in the kitchen, get our oil, get our olive oil, and I want you to put it in your hand. I want you to stroke it from the crown of his head back down his back and up his tail. That's all I want you to do. I said, okay, I'm going to go do that right now. I said, I'm going to put some on me too, Father. I'm going to put some on me too so he can see it. And he knows who I belong to. And I heard Yah say, he already knows that. I said, okay, I'm going to put some on there. So I went out there, got the oil, came back in the room real slow and real easy, and he came right up to me. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was shaking. And you know how you're trying to keep it cool and control your breathing, but your heart's going brrr, like way out of control. So I controlled my breathing so he didn't feel it and attack me. And I touched his head and went down just like y'all did. And just as I got to his tail, he was the one that pulled it through my hand. And then he just walked away. I was like, okay, I guess we're done, Diego, so I'll be back. So, 2 days ago, y'all said, go in there. It's okay. I was like, really? Just go in there? He said, just be yourself. Take your room back. I said, okay. All right, I'm going right in there right now. So I came in the room, and I was real slow. And I was waiting for the body language that I know. So I heard y'all say, get up on your bed and lay down. Just relax. Look out the window, watch it snow. Just normal. I said, okay, go do that. So I got up real slow. And I got on the bed and I laid down on the pillows up there. And about 15 minutes later, he comes up there and lays down. But he did something that blew my mind. And I'm so glad that I gave him the time that he needed. He could have laid anywhere. He could have laid anywhere on that bed. But he went straight to my feet and laid down. He said, well, what the fuck's that mean? That means he has chosen me as his master. That he's willing to let me be his master. And about 25 minutes later, I just heard y'all say, just lay there. About 25 minutes later, he gets up and he comes up and he lays down in my arms. And I have like the size of a lion in my freaking arms. I'm like, oh my goodness, y'all. Oh my goodness. He said, relax. So I took deep breaths and I was talking to myself in my head, you're not going to die. Y'all's not going to have you in this bed with this with him. He loves him, and he wants him to have a home. So relax. I'm talking to myself. And as I'm doing that, he rolls over on his back in my arms and exposes his organs. Now, if you don't know what that means, let me hip you the fuck up. An animal knows that his organs are located on the lower part of his body. That's why they sleep the way they protect that. When an animal lies down and opens itself up like that, he's showing you that I trust you with my life. I trust you. It's a beautiful thing. It's body language. So I was like, oh my goodness. And then the third thing that I needed in his body language before I could just be okay with him and know that it was finished. He turned over to me. He took his paw and he turned my face towards him. He was smelling my baby hair on right below my braids, and he just started licking my forehead. He was grooming me. You say, well, what's that mean? That means that he loves me. They're not going to groom what they don't love. I got all 3 signs on that bed in an hour and a half. And he has been my best friend. He is, let me just say that we are going to be inseparable forever. I plan to take him home with me. And I thank y'all every day for bringing him in, because Simba went home and I had him for 16 years. Had coffee with him every morning. I nursed him as a baby with a bottle from the day he was born. And I'm telling you, he was my heart. He was the tribe's heart. He was our lion, our Simba. And he was spoiled all of his life. So when I let him go, I knew that y'all was calling him home, and that I would see him again, and he was safe and he was sound, and that he would have a good report. I already knew that with y'all. And I missed him. I missed him a lot, because animals will heal you. That's what they were made for. And I know that Father saw that, and he brought somebody else in. And I thank him for it every day. Because let me tell you something. I don't care if they're a brother. I don't care if they're a damn sister. They will turn their fucking back on you and stab you quicker in this world than you could ever fucking believe. Let me tell you what, the closest ones to you are sometimes your enemy outside of your family. If YAHUAH's over your family's going to be your freaking army. That's why we don't associate with the world. But an animal will never leave your side once you have its loyalty and its heart. And like he has the lion, he has the heart of a lion. The way he walks, he's so beautiful. And, so I thank y'all for bringing him to me. He acts just like Simba. He does the things that Simba did. You see what I'm saying? In the last days, I will come from my own, he said. So, but like the first week he was here, every time I came in the room, he would walk at me and hiss, and at the same time, like, get out. Get out. And I just respected him. I left, and look what I've got. I just listened to YAHUAH. Why? Because he knew Diego. He created him. And he knew that he was going to have to call Simba home, and that he was going to give me another buddy. It's beautiful. I wouldn't trade my father for anything in this world. Let me just... See, I told you. I told you, when I tell you about the things that he's done for me and my tribe, I just can't even... Sometimes I'm not going to be able to share it without crying, so you just have to let me just... take a deep breath. But the things that he does is so kind. He does, you know what, for anyone that never had a father like me, a daddy or anything, this is what it was supposed to be. That's how he treats us. That's how he treats us. I wouldn't give him up for nothing. And I would destroy anything he asked me to with no fear. You better believe I would suit up. Say, point me in the direction. Because the things that I know about him, I love him. I can't tell you how I feel about him because he goes deeper than the ocean. I don't have that vocabulary. But sharing this story with you, and he protected that wolf. He protected him. And then he took him back out to the field where he could continue looking for his seed, his prince. But he allowed him to go to Jacob to comfort him. Because Joseph was not dead, and neither was that cub. Why? Because both of them belong to Yahuwah. And he will cover and protect. And the whole time that his brothers did this wicked thing, they didn't know that they were going to be at his feet asking him to save the tribes from starvation. Y'all did. So he saved the remnant while putting Joseph at the top. No matter where he went, he was always shown favor. See, we make our plans, but Yahuwah orders our footsteps. And let me tell you something, his way is the best. People, like in my younger years, when I was 20 years old, I was like, a mother, 25 to 35, and I was like, I don't want control over my life. I put all that in the Father's hands. And they'd be like, what? You don't want to make no decisions? Isn't there things you want? No, because the things that I want seem to destroy my ass. Not everybody thinks like I do. No. I want him to have whole control over everything. I don't trust myself. I don't trust my own decisions. If there's a decision to be made in this house and they bring it to the elder, which is me, I go straight to that freaking window. Or I go out back and stand right underneath him. I don't want control of it. I don't want my decisions because he thinks so much greater than I could. I want his way. So Joseph was not dead. And look how it turned out. But Yah wanted to comfort Jacob in his misery. He just blows my mind. I can't. And there's nothing in the world. I mean, everything that you're searching for in this fucking world, you will never find it because it's all with Yahuwah. He's the secret to this life. You're missing out on so much. And the way he defends us and holds us up in front of our enemy, and we get to fucking roar and growl and be like, bitch, you better not. And y'all's like, yep, you better not. I mean, it's the most amazing thing I've ever been through. It's the most amazing thing. Most amazing thing. And I would go through all the heartache that I had to go through over there just to get where I am. And I'm not even at the height of those blessings yet that he's already adding to us. He's just the best father. And I love him. And you'll understand why they hid him if you just get in here and live. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now we're going back to the hammer tomorrow. But like every now and then, I just want to tell you like the wonderful things about him. But he, we have a job to do. We need to get this to them. They can't be petted like they were over there. I need you to, okay. But can I just tell them about this? Yes. And then the next thing, he works with me. There's so many amazing things I can tell you about him from what I've studied, what I know to be fact and truth. That you would be like me. You'd just be sitting in a freaking corner rocking, being like, why do you love me so much? Why are you so sweet? Father. I mean, he'll just have you sobbing. He's wonderful. That's all I can say. I can't say anymore. So I hope you enjoyed this. And I have some more. They're going to rock you to your core. So, but I have to go back to the business at hand. And we're going to go into Jeremiah tomorrow. I'm going to tell you some things. It's going to be a rough one. But I just trust him with it all. And all I'm doing is bringing it to you. I'm going to drop it off and I'm going to leave. That's what I'm going to do. Shut the door behind me and be like, I love you. So that's what we're going to do. But today, I wanted it to be sweet. And I wanted to make him blush. And I wanted to make him feel good. And I believe I've accomplished that. And I thank him for letting me do it. So Yasharel, we're about to go home. And it all has its season. This is the patience of the Hebrews, the remnant. We're about to go home. Keep your hand up to him. Keep your ears open to his lips. And pay attention to what's going on. So you will know what's going on and what season it is for our departure, our second Exodus. And it'll never happen again. Father, thank you so much for everything you do. I just truly adore you. I thank you for who you are. And I thank you for loving us. And I thank you for not destroying the remnant. You are so beautiful, Father. And us that are awake, that you've chosen, we are waking them up. So I know we're healing your heart. We're bringing your children back to you. We're bringing this family back together. And so I know that has to heal your heart. And that makes me so happy knowing what I know. You already know. If you need a thing, all you have to do is ask. We all love you. I pray for every one of us. I tell you, I'm speaking for the house of Yasharel, Yahuwah, your chosen people. We adore you. We adore you. And we are patiently waiting on you. And you said with all your crying, when you talked to me, you said, ask me to bring my judgment on those that plundered my people, you. So I ask you to bring it, Yah 4-4. Slam your fist and foot in this land. Destroy it and take us home so it can be the way that it was supposed to be. And we don't have to know about this wickedness that's going on out here. We don't have to live in it. We don't have to smell it or feel it. We don't have to learn it. We don't have to teach it. Everything wicked within this earth, Yah, I ask you tear it to pieces and feed it to the beast. Let their grave be the belly of a beast. And then let's rebuild it. And let's do what pleases you, Yah. I know you're just excited as we are. The angels are celebrating in heaven. You said that right now. For they know what is coming, that it is the end. And we thank you for it. And the beginning of us. We love you with all of our heart, Father. And thank you for everything that you are doing. It is truly amazing to us. And we thank you for it all. And we are watching. And we are waiting for you. And we adore you. So in your name, Yahuwah. Hallelujah! Yahoo! Yahoo! YAHUAH! To the house of Yasharel. Keep your eyes on him. Learn everything you can. Everything you can. Research. Learn about this covenant. Get into the book of Yasher. You'll learn things you never knew. About him. About our people. And what really happened. All the details. Not just pieces of it. And until the next video, I love you with all of my heart and soul because Yahuwah does. Shalom.